Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where I talk about personal finance. Today I'm going to talk about how much money do you need to retire. Before I get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. I will try to personally reply to your comments. Let's get into the video. If you have ever wondered how much money do I need to retire, you are not alone. And if you have never really answered the question, you are still not alone. Most people are fully aware of the importance of retirement savings, and most of us have at least some money put away for their golden years. But is it enough? How do you calculate the money needed to retire? It's difficult to know precisely what is required to retire with financial security, but it is possible to get a good estimate, which will then help in knowing how much to put away now to reach your goals. I'm going to discuss some things to remember when determining how much money you will need to retire. First thing to do is calculate the income you need in retirement. When saving for retirement, you are actually building an account value sufficient to replace 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement income. In different words, you need to replace your earned income with investment income. Estimating or calculating the income necessary to retire isn't as difficult as it might seem. To estimate the money you need in retirement, you can start with your current income and make a few calculations. The most simple calculation is to start with your current income, adjust it for inflation, then use 80% of that amount as a target retirement income. If you are not a math whiz or you do not know how to use a financial calculator, you can use the rule of 72 to figure your tax adjusted income need, or you can simply use an online inflation calculator. With the rule of 72, you divide 72 by the rate and you get the number of years it takes to double the amount. 72 divided by an average inflation rate of 3 is 24. This means that in 24 years, the cost of living and therefore your income need will be twice as high as it is today. The best and most accurate estimate will likely be this online inflation calculator. The forward flat rate calculation. For example, I typed in 75,000 for today's income and use a time frame of 20 years. The calculator says the future value of future income needed in our retirement example is about 145,000. Now, if we multiply 145,000 by 0.8 or 80%, and we get 108,000, an estimate of how much a person or household earning 75,000 today will need about 20 to 30 years from now in retirement. The 80% calculation, in case you are wondering, is a standard in financial planning that some advisors call the wage replacement ratio. Most retirees do not need 100% of their pre-retirement income, and 80% tends to be sufficient on average. If you want to be conservative, you might use 85% or 90% instead. The second thing you can do is get estimates on sources of retirement other than investments. Do you expect to have sources of income other than your savings? Although Social Security does not seem reliable for some people, it's not likely to go away. To be conservative, look at your Social Security statement and use the full retirement age to use with calculations. Using our calculation example in the previous step, let's say you estimate your Social Security earnings to be 20,000 per year. Now subtract that from your 108,000 estimate from income, and you now have 88,000 needed from investments or other sources. If you are fortunate enough to have more sources of income, such as a pension from your employer, you can do the same for that amount and subtract it from what you will need in retirement. The third thing you can do is use the 4% rule to estimate how investment income can last 30 years. The biggest risk to most retirees is not a crash in stock market, but the risk of outliving their savings. Therefore, unless you have a family history of illness or cancer, you are wise to expect to live to age 90 or higher. How can you make your retirement income continue for at least 30 years? Another general guideline for retirement income is the 4% rule, which suggests a good beginning withdrawal rate for the first year of retirement is 4% of total retirement assets. From that point forward, you may increase the annual withdrawal amount by another 3% to accommodate inflation increases. Also remember another 4% amount, which is the annualized rate of return of investments you should average to make your money last for at least 30 years. For a simple example, estimated income you may need in retirement. Let's say you were able to save 1 million by age 65. 4% of 1 million is 40,000. This will be your withdrawal amount in year 1 of retirement. In year 2, you can withdraw 41,200, which is 40,000 plus 3%. If you keep on with 3% increases in dollar amount every year, you can expect the money to last for 30 years or more. The fourth thing you want to do is determine how much to save to reach your retirement goal. Again, we can use some averages and general rules of thumb to arrive at a good estimate of how much money you should have put away prior to your transition into full retirement. If you do not know how to use a financial calculator, your best bet is to use an online retirement calculator. This retirement planning calculator from bankrate.com does a good job of covering the basis of guidelines. The next thing is do not worry, be happy. If you are normal, you will discover you are not saving enough money to sufficiently secure your retirement with your current savings. But all you can do is your best, and the concern over your future financial security should not be cause for stress. If it's any consolation, retirees often find themselves bored and unfulfilled without engaging in activities that are productive and interactive with other people. Guess what this describes? A job. You can work part-time to supplement your savings and Social Security income. But you do not have to work in a stressful career and probably not more than 10 to 30 hours per week. At least 10 years in advance of your expected retirement, start considering lines of work that may not pay much but you enjoy. Or if you already like your current job, start planning for semi-retirement where you work fewer hours. By doing something you enjoy, you won't feel like you are working. And with the extra time off, you will be able to slow down and do other things you may have missed previously in life, such as traveling or just taking an afternoon nap. Thanks for watching this video and do not forget to subscribe to my channel.